Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Husna Zulfa binti Rakib. So today I'm gonna present about the price elasticity of demand. So now I'm gonna explain about the first question, which is the calculation of the price elasticity of demand. So to calculate this problem, we need to identify first the percentage change in quantity demand of good X and the percentage change in price of good X. So based on the information provided from the question, which is consumers spend Rn 120 per month on a product when its unit price is Rm 0.80 per unit and continues to spend Rm 120 per month on this product when its unit price increased to Rm 1 ringgit. So by this, we can identify that the first quantity demand for this product is 120 unit and for the second quantity demand for this product is 150 unit. So why we get 150 unit for the second quantity demand? It is because we need to divide it 1 Rm 120 with Rn 0.80 to get 150 unit, which means Rn 0.80 for each unit. And for the first price is Rn 1 ringgit and for the second price is Rn 0.80. So next, we need to enter the value we got into the formula, which is 150 minus 120 divided by 120, and we will get 0.25. And for the next calculation, we need to do is 1.00 divided by 0.80 minus 1.00, and we will get negative 5 for the answer. After that, we move to the next step, which is we need to calculate 0.25 multiplied by negative 5, which is equal to negative 1.25. But we need to use absolute value to exclude the negative sign. So by this, we get 1.25 for the final answer and the answer for consumer price elasticity of demand. Okay, for the next question, which is we need to determine whether the demand for the product is elastic, inelastic, or unitary elastic. So to answer this question, we need to refer to our answer at question 1, which is we get 1.25. So by this, we can see that the demand for this product is elastic. It is because the elasticity demand is 1.25, which is more than 1. Other than that, this demand is elastic because of the change in price of the good cause a bigger percentage change in quantity demand, which means the percentage change in price is smaller than the percentage change in quantity demand.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Arisha Alia. I'm from the PS2B. So for my part, I will explain about the question number 2, which is about the cross price elasticity of demand. Alright, what is cross elasticity of demand? Cross elasticity of demand is to measure the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demanded for a particular goods, for example goods Y, with respect to the change in the price of another goods. Okay, why we have to calculate the cross elasticity of demand? This is because to determine the relationship of both products, whether they are complement, substitutes, or not related at all. So, let's jump to the question. When the price of good X is Rm 27 ringgit, the quantity demanded of good Y is 1,200 units. When the price of good X falls to 23 ringgit, which is the price of good Y unchanged, the quantity demanded of good Y falls to 800 units. So, the problem is, using the cross elasticity of demand formula, calculate the cross elasticity of demand for good Y. Okay, so for this problem, I use this formula. Okay, it's easy because all the information already given in the question and I already highlighted it and bolded it so you can see it clearly. Alright, for example, information is given the price of good X is Rm 27 ringgit. And the second information is quantity demanded of good Y is 1,200 units. The third information is price of good X falls to Rm 23 ringgit. The last information is quantity demanded of good Y falls to 800 units. So all I do is I just apply all the information from the question to the formula, and then I make the calculation. So my final answer is 2.88. Okay, so the first question number 2. Is good Y a substitute or complement to good X? Explain your choice. My answer is, when elasticity is positive, goods A and B are substitute. An increase in the price of good X decreases the quantity demanded for goods Y. Okay, why I answering substitute? Why not complementary? Because the value of elasticity is positive. That's why it's substitute. Okay, if there is negative, then the answer is complementary. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Erin Melissa. My ID is BDB 22111004 and I study at KPM Branang and I study in course Business Studies in SEM 2. So here I will be presenting question 3 about income elasticity of demand, which start with the first one that asks for explanation about statement about inferior product have a negative income elasticity of demand. So this statement means that as income increases, the demand for inferior product decreases. Inferior goods are lower quality substitutes often purchased by those with limited income. When people have more money, they can afford better alternatives, reducing demand for inferior goods. The negative income elasticity of demand reflects this inverse relationship. Next is calculation for the question given when income increases from RM 2,900 to RM 3,250. Also quantity demand changes from 210 to 270 units. Then we calculate it using income elasticity of demand formula. So in order to get income elasticity, 270 minus 210 divided by 210 and multiply 2,900 divided by 3,250 minus 2,900 equal to 2.37. And last one, based on that information, the type of product is luxury goods because of the income elasticity of demand is greater than 1. This shows that elastic income occurred. A rise in income by 1% will lead to an increase in quantity demanded for the product by 2.37%. Okay, that's all.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzati Beti Zaidi. I'm from class DBS 2B. So my part is, I will explain about price inelasticity of supply. What is meant by price inelasticity of supply? Price inelasticity of supply change the response to the supply of a good or service after a change in its market price. According to basic economy theory, the supply of a good will increase when its price increases. On the other hand, the supply of a good will decrease when the price decreases. So let's move on to the question. So the question is, using supply analysis, sketch and explain the types of price elasticity of supply for each question. So for question 1 Roman, when the price of good A is 200 ringgit, the quantity supply is 100 units. When the price increases to 300 ringgit, the quantity supply is unchanged at 100 units. So firstly, we need to calculate the price elasticity using the formula that has given. So from the formula, we need quantity, which is Q1 100 unit, and for Q2 also 100 unit because it's unchanged quantity. So for the price, we need to apply P1, which is 200 ringgit, and P2 is 300 ringgit. So I just apply all the item to the formula, and my final answer is 0. So the types responsive is perfectly inelastic. It is because perfectly inelastic supply occurs when the price inelasticity of supply equal to 0. So the graph shape will look like vertical supply curve. So let's move on to the next question. So question 2 Roman, when the price of code A increases from 200 ringgit to 300 ringgit, the quantity supply of code A increases from 100 units to 130 units. So for this question also we need to calculate question 1 Roman using the same formula. So from the formula we need quantity Q1. Q1 is 100 units. For Q2 130 units. Then for the price we need to apply P1 which is 200 ringgit and P2 is 300 ringgit. So I just apply, calculate. The final answer is 0.65. So that means the types responsive is inelastic supply. It is because inelastic supply is when between 1 and 0. That means the percentage change in quantity supply changes by a lower percentage than the percentage of price change. So the graph will look like steepest top of supply curve. So for the last question, for 3 Roman, when the price of good A increases from 200 ringgit to 300 ringgit and the quantity supply increases from 100 units to 180 units. So we also need to calculate using the same formula. So from the formula, we need quantity Q1 which is 100 units and for Q2 180 units. Then for the price, we need to apply P1 which is 200 units and P2 is 300 units. So I just apply all the item and the final answer is 1.43. So the types responsive is inelastic supply. It is because an elastic supply occurs when the price elasticity of supply is greater than 1, where the quantity supply change by a larger percentage than the price change. So the graph will look like flatter slope of supply curve. So that's all for me. Thank you.